Hi everybody, Max Shank here again from Ambition Athletics. Last time we talked about how we can combat sitting and that computer posture with just a couple simple exercises. What we're actually going to do today is give something to everybody who stands up for a living or spends a lot of time on their feet. So people who sit down are going to have one set of problems, and people who stand are going to have an entirely different set of problems. The main thing is that there's going to be a lot of really icky soft tissue in their feet from being on their feet all day. So your feet are really going to take the brunt of the assault. So what I recommend you do is you take a lacrosse ball. You can get one in a sporting goods store for about $5. Set it on the floor and roll your foot around it and kind of give yourself a massage. And that can take anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes, and I would recommend doing that on a break, and that will do a lot just by itself to help alleviate some of that foot pain you might have from being on your feet all day. The next one is, since you're standing and maybe not walking around as much all day, you want to separate one hip from the other. So especially if you're in a straight standing position the whole time, you want to do what's called a split squat. So if you can't do this unsupported, what I want you to do is hold on to a chair. You're going to get a nice long stance like so, hold on to the chair for balance, and drop down so you have one hip in extension, one hip in flexion. What this is going to do is help to alleviate some of that pressure on your SI joint on your back. The last thing I want to show you guys is lifting the leg up. So again, it's kind of along the same lines of alleviating the feet with the lacrosse ball, but approached a little bit differently. What you're going to do is you're going to lift a leg up on a platform, preferably a chair, until you feel a little stretch in the hamstring. Then what I want you to do is, while you're here, lean forward and start making some ankle circles. What this is going to do is going to increase your proprioception to that area. It's going to help alleviate some of that tension you might feel in your calves, legs, hamstrings. And by leaning forward like this, it can also take some of the pressure off your SI joints, which are going to get really beat up after a long day of being on your feet all day. So just do a couple of these little stretches, probably a couple times a day, and you should notice a big difference in how you feel during your stand-up job.